Have these ladies get into giving you guys some tips on from yeah, some PR tips, pretty much. So I'm gonna let these ladies introduce themselves and get right into it. Go ahead, Ciara.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ciara L. I'm the founder and senior publicist of CO Branding Agency.
Hi. Hey, everybody. I'm Sade Miller, founder and CEO of MSMLA Media and Communications Agency.
That's my PR.
Okay, ladies. Well, let's get into what are some great PR tips that you can give to some artists that are up and coming and trying to get established into the industry.
The biggest tip is you need a publicist. You do. As an artist, you can't do everything. And honestly, you really need to focus on your craft and have some people within your team that you trust that can help you gauge and maneuver this business. Because as we know, this is a tricky business. And you got to know what to put out there so, help you navigate.
Yeah, and along with that, you have to know yourself. You have to know who you are first as a person, then as a brand. Know which direction you want to go in because it makes it easier for your team to know what direction to take you in.
Really, I think a lot of artists don't know how important it is to have a PR. Or matter of fact, can you guys break down what exactly a PR is?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to take your...
Well, okay. I honestly feel like it's different types. So you have the publicist to where we basically publicize your success. We market your success. Whatever you're doing that kind of makes sense with your brand, whatever the campaign is, we're putting that on, whether it's blogs, placements, we're creating campaigns. So pretty much marketing your success.
Yeah, and then kind of on the crisis side, so if you slip up or, of course, social media is live and in full effect. So if you make a slight decision, we kind of come in to help cover it up or kind of maneuver the discussion if it's something negative.
So would you say that a PR and a manager are kind of like in the same realm, or are they totally different?
Definitely in the same realm. Because as a publicist, sometimes we take on responsibilities that aren't necessarily for us. Sometimes you might find us doing booking, being the liaison between other parties when it just comes to getting you that exposure. So absolutely. As a publicist, I think we find ourselves doing 100 different roles, but it's just, when you believe in the product and you believe in the brand that you're representing, you're willing to do all that type of stuff.
Yeah, we're the sisters, we're the moms, we're the brothers, we're the babysitters, we're the everything, literally, the therapist, everything.
Okay, well, I would like to get into a little bit of your background, Sade. Where did you go to school, and what made you want to get into public relations?
I went to Cal State Fullerton, graduated with graduated with communications, public relations emphasis. Honestly, I've been doing hair since I was 15, so what I was doing with marketing myself was pretty much PR, but I didn't have a name to it. I didn't know the verbiage to it. So when I was in school deciding with my degrees, I started with business. Then I more so wanted to go into the lane that I was familiar with my hair business, and it was PR. So that's how that started.
Awesome. Ciara?
Well, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. So I went to the University of Nebraska at Lincoln. I got my degree in PR and advertising. And since I was 14, I worked with a local entertainment company where we managed a lot of concerts. So I was doing a lot of booking and a lot of backstage work. I did that into my sophomore year of college. And then as a project, I started CO Branding Agency and then decided to push through since I had already had the experience. And then I moved to LA in 2016.
Okay.
Okay.
We all like the bartering system when it comes to helping me and helping you get to the next level in our careers. But we're going to keep it all the way 100 because I like to keep it that way. How expensive and how much does a PR really cost to take you there?
Oh man, it really depends. LA prices are sky high, but it can cost a lot. Again, sometimes there's opportunities that come forth where you just have to swallow that pill and say, hey, look, I believe in you, you believe in me, and because I believe in you, I'm gonna go hard for you, and I know you're gonna go 1,000 times harder than I am. So this works. But sometimes you just have to use the gift of discernment and decide. Because even if people are paying you, if you don't believe in it, it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fact. And
Definitely facts, right?
but yeah, and then when it comes to the bartering system, sometimes the one person is always compromising more than the other, and it's either the publicist or it's the artist. Or the client, and that's when you have to be real with yourself, whichever person you are in that situation, and understand when to have that conversation with, renegotiating or figuring out what's the next plan and going from there, because it's a thin line between pro bono or being a paying client.
Okay. And if you could have your ideal client, you know what I mean? It's going to be a two-part question. If you can have your ideal client, what would that be? And you can keep it short as possible, but what would it be? What could you imagine?
Someone that believes in the vision, someone that's very creative and that's as hungry as I am, and that's willing to jump off the cliff and walk on faith and really want this. That's an ideal client. It's someone that's creative.
Absolutely. I think I have to piggyback off of Sade. Somebody who truly believes, like someone who's calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning because they're just excited as I am, but also understand that this is going to be a long journey together. Being a publicist, people sometimes automatically think you're guaranteed to get access to certain outlets, and that's not how the game is played, because this is an oversaturated market. So we're racking our brain every second trying to figure out how we can really push and get that client out there. So as long as you know that this is going to be a trek, but we in it to win it together, then hey, that's fine.
And it's always that saying, good PR takes time, and clients need to understand that. I have Gina as a client, and we've been at it for 4 years, and it, certain things take time to where she started a minute ago, but now people are really like gravitating to the brand, and clients like that understand that it's a process.
And we all know that this is a male-dominated industry when it comes to the music and just entertainment in general. What have been some of the mishaps that you guys have come across being a woman in music pushing forward?
Yeah, I'll definitely say no matter what comes out of your mouth, because you're a woman, they just look at you and they just see you. They expect you to dumb yourself down or compromise your morals, I shall say, to get what you want. And when they see that you don't do that, they kind of tune you out, which is totally fine. But hey, I'd rather you see me and know that I'm not gonna move that way. But I'll say that's what I run into.
Yeah, a specific situation, I ran into planning a huge event, and I had great ideas. The vision was questioned all the time. The planning was questioned because I was the only female on the team during that process. And then once the event went that way, I honestly didn't get as much credit as as I was supposed to, because I literally from ground up built that event. Yeah. But a lot of people to this day don't even know that I was a part of it.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
So what's some advice that you can give to aspiring PRs coming up in the game that are looking for a way? I mean, like what could you say to these women?
It's hard.
Period.
It's hard, but stay creative. Keep pushing. Believe in yourself. Know yourself. Like, knowing yourself is key. Like, period. You have to know yourself, because you're questioning who you are every single day. So know yourself. Be in tune with yourself. Be in tune with other people's spirits as well.
Energy don't lie.
Yeah,
Energy. Vibes.
Ciara?
Yeah, absolutely. Stay true to you. Keep going. Don't think you're doing anything wrong. As long as you're getting up every day and making a constant effort to be the greatest, just do that. Because I know a lot of people who like look at other people as their competition. Like, I don't believe that anyone has competition, because you're all unique to who you are. Like, there's something that you can bring to the table that the next person can't. So yeah, stay true to yourself and just keep going.
Okay, and last but not least, if you can have that one client that you feel
Back
like you
at
would
it.
kill the game with, who would that be?
Solange.
Ooh.
I actually did
bold.
her hair before, so I'm almost there.
Okay, girl. Sit 1 foot in the dough. Okay.
I'm almost there.
They don't want you through the front, go through the back. Okay.
I would
Ciara?
say J. Cole.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for having this quick discussion with us.
Why?
This is going to end the Behind the Image segment. Say that again. I know, girl. Before I let them go, my PR. Not really, but I'm going to have these ladies go ahead and say their social media so you guys could keep in contact with them. Sade, where can they find you at?
My business page, MSMLA Media. Pretty much everywhere.
Okay. And Ciara?
And for me, CL Branding Agency, all platforms.
And does anybody have any questions before I let them go? We can do.
I'm
What's
like,
up, DJ Head? You have a question?
yeah.
Okay.
You asked him why.
Let me give you the
Okay.
mic so people can hear you.
Okay.
Say your name.
My name is Mimi, representing the Soul Vibe Show on Track Life Radio. Shout out to my girl Sade here supporting. So I just wanted to know, you asked them, who their ideal, you asked them who they would like to work with. So I want to know why you chose Solange, why you chose J. Cole.
Because Solange, she walks by and she's not afraid to go outside of the box. She's just not afraid. She's fearless. And me personally, that's my theme of the year to live fearless.
I don't.
I would say Cole because I resonate with his journey so much. He tells stories, and I feel like that's what the music industry is lacking right now. No one is telling stories. Everyone's kind of riding the same wave. But yeah.
I respect that. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else before we wrap it up? All right. Well, thank you guys once again. Make sure you're getting up, networking, introducing yourself to everybody in the room. We're gonna get into Ciara playing some dope jams and some snacks right here. We got some massages in the back and some drinks. So enjoy yourself. Thank you guys. Gotta keep the drinks coming.